anyway, what is up? What is up? What is up? It's a way to kill a buck. All right, so right here along the side of the road, see if they already passed it. No, I didn't pass it. We're gonna watch it. You'll see it. You'll see it. You'll see it. It's coming up. It's a dead animal on the side of the road. Here we go. Right past this. It's over there on the side. We got it. They had some vultures eating it about 10 minutes ago. But, it is what it is. Man, I was just thinking about things. Growing up back in the day, living where I lived, compared to what I am living like now. My kids live a total different life. It's kind of fun. It's been a fun journey getting everywhere that I've been. Sometimes it's not, and sometimes it is. And you just gotta learn to go with it. I remember this one dude, though, growing up. I had this friend, Javante, and his family. They lived in one house, and then they moved across the street to another one, a little bit bigger. And he had his cousin living back there named Fish. And Fish was an older dude who'd make moonshine. But Fish lived in the shed. There's another dude that lived a couple houses down who lived in a shed at his brother's house, who was a chief police officer of Mesquite. He just let his brother live in his shed like it wasn't no big thing, like, yeah, dude, you're a 50-year-old man, you got kids, you had a wife and a life, and now you're an alcoholic living in a shed. At what point do you look at yourself and say, hey, I need to quit doing some things? But the guy had no problem with it. I remember going around the corner a couple blocks over, he'd always be at this other dude's house, this old man, and we'd do work for the old man, get a few bucks here and there. And then he'd come by, he'd sit there and antagonize us while we're working, so we charge him because he'd sit there and make a mess while I was working. So I'd be like, nah, dog, you got to give me a few dollars. I already cleaned this up. But I just never could understand why he chose to only live in a shed behind his brother's house. It wasn't like he could not do anything different. He had a license, he had somewhat of a job, he had money, and not like a shit ton of money, but at least, he was working and doing things for some income. But to just give up and live in a shed, like the other just Fish, all right? Fish lived in a shed also. Fish would make moonshine, and he would work at the Kona store, and he stock, sweep, that kind of stuff. Well, I'd go over there. This fool, he's making moonshine that he could sell for a lot of money. We used to take the moonshine and mix it with the lean, and then you put some gin in there. Also, bro, you get so lit, it was so bad. It was so bad. I had a friend be like, all right, let's do this. We're gonna mix the gin with some moonshine, some lean. And he woke up outside when I was leaving 5 hours from when he did that. He was just laying down on the ground saying he was walking to his house. That's all I kept saying. And he had just been on the ground fucking dreaming. And I'm just like, wow. The people I grew up with, I don't even associate with. I don't have nothing to do with them no more. I bet I could go by there, and I could go by most of them fools' mom's house, and they're going to be at their mom's house because they just chose to do drugs. And I had a homeboy, whenever he was in high school, he had like $22 million in a fucking trust fund, who just chose to piss it away on drugs. Like, literally just piss it away. $22 million on cars and drugs. Cars and drugs. Saw him take so many Mustangs and wrap them through telephone poles like that. Just go straight through them at the base and break them hose. I was like, wow. I went with him and bought this Mustang. It was $62,000 or some shit like that. He got it on 40. He got it for 40. The guy was asked for 62. Had Shelby's name in the engine. Like, it was stamped on there, and somebody else's. It was bought for some people that own a city. I want to say in Collin County. And this fool just decided to drink 240s and drive it through a pole. I said, wow. Then he was lit doing that shit. I can't believe he died. I walked out my front door and this fool just literally went right through the pole. It was just a coincidence. I was walking out the door and watched my homeboy wreck a car. You know, thank God he didn't die. I think. I don't know. He probably would cause a lot more trouble. We had to just go play on that fucking playground, Maddox. Yeah, that's a playground. That's at a school for sale. That's weird. I've been driving for like the last 45 minutes. I was like, fuck it. I'm going to leave my homeboy's house and then I'm going to pop on and do a little live stream. We were talking about, this is a story going around. You're not going to find any info because we're not going to use people's real names here because, well, shit happens for real and we have to change the name to protect the identity of people. It's like that show back in the day. Anyway, no. So if you were dating somebody for over 10 years and then y'all became, you know, a little bit distant and had a rough patch and the guy was sleeping with his stepdaughters in his stepdaughter's room, but it wasn't even his stepdaughter. It was just like his ex-wife's daughter who she didn't take care of because she was too busy hollering at other guys. So the girl stayed there. And he took care of her. Well, over time, she got to be like 15, 16 years old. He started staying in her room more often and giving his girlfriend a problem. She'd give him attitude, talk trash to her, be disrespectful. Well, you know, it was causing problems and complications within the adult life of things. He didn't want. What we got here? Road construction? Yes, putting up a stoplight. He didn't want to be with her, it seemed like, and she wanted to be with him, but he also wanted to stay in his stepdaughter's room, sleeping in her bed. It was weird. Okay, that's all I can really say. Is the grass that I've talked to other people about this, everybody's like, yo, bro, there's tons of red flags going on there. You did? Yeah. There's tons of red flags. Well, you know, it caused them to separate over time. And about 2 years go by. And then his name is Kyle Williams. And her name is Betty Smith. Well, Kyle, was it Kyle? No, it was Mark, sorry. Kyle's the other guy from the other story. Mark went ahead and deleted himself off the planet and left all the money to Betty. Now, Betty was not his wife, but, you know. So is it wrong for Betty to take the money? She spent over 10 years with the man. She didn't let the secrets out of the things that broke up the relationship. Like most women nowadays, those straight up be like, hey, I'm going to go ahead and just ruin this motherfucker. She didn't do that. She just, you know, goodbye, left, went on, started a new life. Yeah, it's fucked up. She was the sole beneficiary. Now, this happens across the planet a lot of times. Somebody doesn't change the beneficiary, and yeah, we're gonna go to a park. But yeah, didn't change the beneficiary. So they're over there like a, you know, she was the one if anything happened, and something did happen. I don't know what happened. I just know that he's not here no more, and she got some bread. Well, because she's not a bad person, she went ahead and sent some money to a bank for his daughter, his biological daughter. And by the time she gets to be old enough to touch it, she'll have lots of money to live on. Life might be hard now, but you just can't get money without the hardness of life. You cannot hand somebody tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars. Because if they don't know how hard life can be, it can be squandered away. Go back to my friend who wasted like $22 million. I'm sure all 22 million wasn't wasted on that, drugs and stuff. I'm sure he paid bills, wrong investments, because you have people like that watch your money. And these people are advisories. They'll take your money and they put it in some other account. And if they lose it, it's your loss, not them. They don't get penalized. It all comes out of your pocket because you believe this fucktard. I guess that's just the way that part goes. I mean, it's kind of like betting, isn't it? It's kind of... But, so this problem is she receives money. The father feels like he's entitled to the money. Now I understand. I have a child myself. And if he did what he did and left the money to somebody, it's not your fight. As bad as you want it to be, it cannot be your fight. You're just going to have so much stress, hate, complications. And God ain't going to want you to go through that. You're going to cause cancer on yourself. Are you drooling, Maddie? All right, y'all. I just thought I'd talk some random shit. I'll hit y'all up later.